Hey, we love that umbrella guy. All right. Thank you.
I'm calling from Los Angeles, and I'm having a little problem under the name ThATuMBRELLAgUy. I sent him my phone number at least 20 times in the chat and told him to call me. He ignored me, or I'm a man. I filed the report. If you guys could take a look at it and give me a call back, I would love to hear what you guys can do to help us. We really need to kind of stop this guy at least until Monday. I told him to call me, or I'm a man.
You know what? I talk to your mayor.
I chase dreams, I chase money. It's so funny, nothing you can take from me. I chase dreams, I chase money. I go dummy. Everybody hate to love me. Why? I chase dreams, I chase money. It's so funny, nothing you can take from me. One deep, like sweet, like honey. I go dummy. Everybody hate to love me. Why?
Actually, that isn't really toast.
Under my umbrella.
I'm feeling fly, yeah, I'm so damn fresh. Got that platinum grill, bringing in the chest. Diamonds in my mouth, shining when I speak. That umbrella guy, flossing, speaking geek. Ice on my teeth, I'm dripping so hard. Platinum grills, I'm the king of the boulevard. Throwing money in the club, making haters mad. I'm the baddest in the game, no one gets a pass. Ooh yeah. Crushing all these lines, yeah, I feel fly. Rolling on the dubs, that umbrella guy. Iced out cold on the boulevard. You ain't a comic gangster, don't be playing hard. Ice on my teeth, I'm flying so high. Dropping the bass, that umbrella guy. One drill to rule them all, one drill to bind them. Baby, I'm so iced out, gonna blind them. Rolling in town, I'm an army of one. Doing verbal walk-bys, blazing like the sun. Riding in my whip, crushing false accusers. Dropping off the bass on the real abusers. Yeah. Living life fast, no time for the slow. Justice on my mind, stacking up on that flow. Life in the fast lane, no time to blink. Ice on my teeth, watch it when I speak. Chillin' on my rhymes, never missing the beat. Ice on my teeth, yeah, I'm living that sweet. That umbrella guy, bringing the platinum heat. Crushing every hater, no time for defeat. Ooh, yeah.
Oh yeah, indeed. What's up, folks? How's it going today? Oh my god. What's up? Apparently I got a raid right when I'm starting my intro.
I wanted to show you a plushie I made.
Oh, that's cool, man.
So I made it out of an old sock.
You made your own plush? That's cool, dude.
Yeah, I made it out of an old sock, 2 red buttons, and a washcloth I found.
That's cool, man.
Which is the wings.
That's really cool.
And some stolen thread and a needle.
Yeah. That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah. What should I name him?
I don't know. I have no idea. Yes, apparently somebody has made their own. They have made their own stuffed animal.
Hey, look, Dad. It's a fly. Hey, Dad, I'm not hitting anyone.
I'll take a good picture of it after the live stream. We can show it to them. Okay. Sound good to you? We'll post it.
Hey, look, I'm not hitting anyone when I'm swinging that.
Yeah.
Have a good day, everyone.
All right. Have a good day. All right.
Normal flies eat the bees.
All right. Go have fun. Love you. You got a raid right off the beginning.
And have a very good day.
Yep. Have a very good day.
For everyone.
For everyone, of course. For everyone, of course. Of course, we want to have a very good day. Of course. Hey, you guys have a package coming, by the way.
Oh, yay!
Yeah, that's crazy, huh? From people, from everybody. That's right. Yeah, you have a. I have my favorite said you have a package coming. Also, the Floofy Cat said to say hi to you and Sissy. So there. They're running up the steps. They're like, a package coming. Oh my God. Yes, it is almost Father's Day, by the way. Tomorrow is Daddy's Day. So congratulations to everybody out there on that, to all the daddies out there, or any of the parents, really, you know. Always thought you should have Parents' Day as well. I don't know. That way every parent gets a shout out, because you sometimes have a mom who takes care of just the kids, or a dad that takes care of them, and well, you shouldn't have it laid out like that. Give me 1 second, I can clean my throat. Now today we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna be talking about one of the craziest, weirdest lawsuits that apparently you're supposed to deny reality in order to embrace this thing. It is the strangest thing, because you're supposed to. Let me give you an example of what I mean. You know, as we're starting out here, you know, when give me 1 minute. Let me pull this up. All right, now I want you to understand, first of all, that this is filed in a court. Okay, so when I'm showing you this, now I'm not going to correct everything in this timeline. I'm not going to give them their own timeline and definitively lock anything down. But I'm going to say that the ecosystem keeps going over Legally Lips's filing. She put in her own timeline of events, and it is a joke of a disaster. It is an absolute travesty of a timeline. And we're going to look at some of that. We're going to look at some of the other crazy that goes with this too. But I want to give you an example here for you, just a note. You have this timeline that's installed. And again, all the ecosystem, they're jumping up and down like this thing is legit. You know, where she goes in, she says, oh, around blah to blah, around this time, I have contact with Full Pay. I'm trying to contact Megalodon's foe. And you can see how it lays out, right? What they leave out of here, though, see the dates here from the 29th to 27th. You notice this just mentions an email. That's it. You know what it doesn't mention in that timeline? It doesn't mention the creation of a specific website. A website that you 100% can lock down and prove is her. I mean, here, check this out. This is so crazy. Because, I mean, again, you're supposed to pretend certain things didn't happen. She's just been a woe is me victim. She was just trying to be neutral. Meanwhile, you have things like, let me show you this. So, you have things like the creation of Bully Exterminators, the website. Domain name, bullyexterminators.com. When exactly was it created? Well, if we start looking at the timestamp, we find out it was made on the 27th of April. Oh my goodness. Wait a minute, that's not in the timeline. How would you forget something like that? That seems crazy, doesn't it? You're supposed to deny reality when you look at this stuff. You're supposed to pretend that you don't know that this stuff exists. And not only does it exist, but there had been there is definitive proof that it not only existed, but flagging took place as part of this. Like some of it was even flagged down. We also have, check this out here too. So in that, it's so badly worded as well. I mean, this thing is terribly worded. Listen to this. Here, I'm going to read this word for word for you, and you tell me who's the bad guy that's being mentioned. All right? Does this say Hales? What does it sound like here? You know. So, upon publishing, harassing comments were made about Leslie F. Were published by those in contact with Jeremy Hales, who had been harassing various defendants in the Jeremy Hales federal case, such as Lisa Weeks, Super Dave, Bruce, Rich Lutman, as evidenced by. Now, the way this reads, this sounds like she's saying that the harassers are Lisa Weeks, Super Dave, Bruce. I like, by the way, she's so familiar with Bruce that she doesn't even bother putting a last name in there. Don't you find that interesting? Like people give away the game sometimes. They tell you a little bit more than they're willing to. And this right here really does that. It tells you like 100% that she's familiar with it. But when you read that again, listen to it. Who's it talking about being the bad guy? It kills me. Upon publishing, harassing comments were made about less legally libs. That's who we're talking about there. Were published by those in contact with Jeremy Hales, who had been harassing various defendants in the Jeremy Hales federal lawsuits, such as. So the way this reads, again, it sounds like the comments were published by those in contact with Jeremy Hales, such as Lisa Weeks, such as Super Dave. Oh my God, by the way, do you want to see the funniest thing ever? Would you like to be very entertained right now? I saw something today. Oh my God. Oh, it got me laughing so hard. I thought I was going to fall out of my chair. Oh my goodness. You want to see something really, really funny? Okay, check this out. So when you think milquetoast, right? What's the one trait you think of with him? You think very strong chair, right? What would you think if he was talking about defenses? If I were going to make a joke about milquetoast, the easiest thing to go to would be, you know, he would defend himself with food somehow, right? Well, I don't have to actually make that joke. You know why? Because it's true. Check this out. So big boy there, he was trying to, it's funny anyway, listening to him try to argue law. Oh my God, it's so fucking funny. But look at his case precedents that he's bringing up for himself. It's Burger King Corp versus. It's like, oh my God, if I were writing a mockery of him and I wanted to put it together, you know, like say I was doing a parody and I was going to have him spout off something, it would be about Big Macs or the Whopper. And you know what? Again, it's real. It's true. This is real. I'm like 100%. I got this screenshot myself. I was like, do what now? Oh my God. How can have it your way? Dun-dun-dun-dun. Oh my God. How can that be real? Lord. Give me a second there. Oh, it brought a tear to my eye again. See, somebody told me, they were like, yeah, the ecosystem, they were all over this guy's live stream today. And I was like, oh, really? Well, I'm going to go over and look at the comments, just to see if they like, they admit so many things in comments that it's amazing sometimes. It is. Some of the stuff I find in comments, I'll usually peruse whatever's happened in the last day just to see who in the ecosystem, who exactly is there. Because they give, like I said, they give the game away. It's funny. These are people that say that they never have contact or anything, but they file the same filings. And you have multiple ones in the court. They all decide to file the same thing right at the same time. Isn't that bizarre? They're all, and we're not talking about like, say a motion to dismiss or something like that, right? We're talking about them going in and saying, you can't add poor Ray to this. That's not fair. Oh my God, you can't make this stuff up. It is so weird. But I ended up finding that was one of the few comments that is actually there. Oh, another thing that's really funny. So paint chips apparently got into the no-no verse. Now, I'm not sure exactly what paint chips did, but paint chips did get himself suspended. In fact, there's been a little bit of this lately. Legally Lips apparently got hit recently too. Now, Legally Lips, I keep telling these people that when they're posting on YouTube, you have to be careful about some of the things that you post. There are some guidelines, and using AI mock-ups of people like they do, those channels, when they get noticed, when her channel gets noticed by the AI hunting other AI, it'll take it out. It will. Like her stuff that she posts. It's ridiculous. But this is a Twitter hit. So, yeah, I don't know exactly what old Paint Chips did there. I mean, well, I saw some of the stuff that he's been posting recently. And, yeah, I'm not surprised he got banned. I mean, this is, again, Twitter. By and large, you can get away with a lot on Twitter. What you can't get away with is talking about how, whacking people. He's trying to make a threat / sex joke about Megan Fox. And it came across as very much a threat. Again, he likes to think of himself as a mobster. He wants to be a gangster. He's really just a wangster. It's so funny. Mobsters. I never remember reading a book about mobsters and any of them complaining, what happened to me in the shower? I don't ever remember reading one like that. But the guy thinks that he's a mobster. So he goes out and, of course, targets women. Because that's what the real mobsters do. Oh, I swear. What a joke, man. But he ends up getting banned off Twitter for all of this stupid. I'm not surprised. I'm surprised it took that long. But one other one too, and we'll get back to our stuff. Apparently, I collect all of the insanity that these people post as well. What I mean is, I'll take snippets from the sock puppet accounts that I know are like Legally Lips, for example. And the reason I do that is because when she comes in and she complains to a court, if she ever wants to go that route and she wants to say, Your Honor, I'm being bullied in this what the hell's group? Well, unfortunately for her, she is very active there. She is active under sock puppet accounts. Many many sock puppet accounts. And what I mean by that is this, again, just to make this clear to people who don't understand this. A sock puppet account, just imagine it like a regular sock puppet. You know, if you want to pretend to be somebody, you know, again, you slip on ye old sock puppet and you're like, hey, look, I'm a real person. Well, that's what these people do. Only they do it with dozens and dozens and dozens of accounts. So if I say they have a sock account, that's what I mean. You know, and she has a bunch of them. Like it's disturbing. You know, they set up all night some nights too. Like, look at this stuff. Let me show you what I mean by this. Again, I collect a bunch of these just because I think, again, if she wants to threaten people about going and processing some complaint, then yeah, let's have it all. Let's make sure it's all there. Look, so check this out. This was 1 hour. I posted this on Facebook here. So this was over a 1 hour period. You see these, right? All of these, see, this is her using one sock account right here under the name George Brown. This is also her on another sock puppet account by the name of Tasha Williams. On top of, again, all the anonymous accounts she's running, plus these word blocks like this. This is all, like I said, all of that's from 1 hour. Actually, a little bit less than an hour. I think it's about 40 minutes. Is what I took the screenshots in. I couldn't sleep one night. I was like, man, you're pretty damn active tonight. I'm going to collect a little bit of this. I'm going to archive it. And it is wild to see. But it's also wild, like how dumb these people are. You know, her new conspiracy is pretty funny. Her new conspiracy is that Jeremy Hales has rewarded everyone with subscribers. Without it, now I want you to see this. This is pretty funny. It shows you like actual research. No, they're as far from research as you can get. And you'll notice too, all of the ecosystem morons. This is another sock puppet account of hers. Hold on, kill Billies. You can see again them colluding on pushing narratives. But what's really funny is the whole narrative in this is Jeremy Hale's exposed. Oh, he's rewarding them with subscribers. I mean, look, this is supposed to be about me. So way back in the day, all these years ago, you see these videos, they would only get around 600 to 13,000 views per video. These right here, these can be up to 30,000 per video or live stream. Now, what's funny is that skips all the channel growth between. It skips the Vic Mignogna stuff. That got my channel about 50,000 subscribers. The Johnny Depp growth. The Johnny Depp growth was over 200,000 subscribers. And along the way, through all of that, the stuff at the beginning over there, those videos were stuff that I used to archive on my channel. I do like this one though. The spiders is so good. If you've never seen any of those macro photography, those are really interesting. But I used to keep those. I used to keep those privated. But I just dumped it out there. I was like, why not? It's interesting. But I dumped it like years after the fact. But it's really funny to have to go back and to be like, well, Jeremy Hales made them all. It shows you how lazy these fucking people are. Oh my God. They try to shop this stuff. And these idiots, they run counter to their own themes. You know, you have one channel. Let me see. Now, I'm not going to name which channel I'm talking about, but well, maybe you could guess. Yeah, there's this one channel that talks about how apparently behind the scenes I was colluding because apparently a worldwide actor like Adept needs help from YouTubers in order to succeed. So smart. It's so stupid, man. Then the other side of this is just skipping. It's like, you ever heard one hand not communicating with the other? You ever heard that analogy? That's what we're looking at with this stuff. It's like one hand is not communicating with the other. They go on each other's streams. It's probably because one of the people out there is ridiculous to communicate with. Now, let me show you what her proof of harassment in her lawsuit, by the way, is going to be. Oh, look at this. This is amazing. I had such a good laugh out of this stuff. Let me make sure we get this pulled up right here. Here we go. So these are her exhibits. All right. These are going to be her proof of harassment for Jeremy Hales. Let's read them together, shall we? So here's Exhibit A. Now, this is funny because this doesn't actually say that she is a disbarred lawyer. You know, she keeps talking about him saying that she was disbarred. This says that amazing how the felons, disbarred, and wig-wearing Botox / botched plastic surgery people flock together. Huh. Now, we do know that there is a disbarred lawyer in there for sure. That could be a reference to them. That may not be a reference to her at all. In fact, which one of those in there would you think would be about her? Would it be felon? Would it be disbarred? Or would it be wig-wearing Botox / botched plastic surgery people? And you notice it's people there too. So it could be about multiple other people. This is her, again, this is filed in court. All right. Just to know. These are her exhibits. She's also, weirdly enough, by the way, let me point this out before I go too far here. Even though she says that she released Jay, Ray Hip is back. This is how botchy and shitty this lawsuit is. On here, you'll notice you have Jeremy with LLC. You have George. And then you have Ray Hip? Ray Hip's back? Wait, what? What the fuck is going on? First, Ray Hip disappears. And J Hip comes along. The J Hip disappears. And Ray Hip comes back. Oh my God. How is this real? You have to admit that is pretty amazing. So either we are dipping into some copy and paste. Who is Ray Hip? Well, that's a good question, actually, you know, from the chat. Who indeed is Ray Hip? Because at one time I thought J Hip was supposedly Ray Hip. But again, it can't be J Hip, right? Because J Hip was dropped from the case. In fact, the only actual people that are not the unknowns on here, that she's not dropped off, it would be, again, she has the unknowns, the John and Jane Does, which good luck pursuing any of that. I'm telling you, that is an intimidation attempt to try to make people on Facebook worry that you might be served in vexatious litigation. And I'll be damned if I'll let any of you hang, by the way, for something. If they find your name and they try to use lawfare against you, you know, they try to intimidate you because of the same things they do. They use, you know, the quote unquote fan page that she likes to complain about. She is beyond active there. Beyond so. In fact, again, I can tie specific accounts that are anonymous accounts I can tie them to her directly. I'm going to say 3 giveaways with stuff that are undeniable giveaways. And she doesn't realize it. And it's pretty hilarious when you see it in action. But yeah, you can tie in specific ones. And on top of that, she has all the accounts that she's admitted at her. You know, she's had, God, I don't even know how many. I saw 3 in the last couple of days that were active that she's admitted were her. You know, she had the Ashley Page one. That's the one that was brought up in the initial and the amended filing for this lawsuit. When she took screenshots of everything, she took them from an account called Ashley Page. How do you know that? Well, you can see it. It's actually pretty funny. You know, she thought she was being slick about this stuff, but look. If you miss this for some reason, she gave away one of her sock accounts in the main filing. And I don't think she meant to do this at all, but she does. So check this out here. With one of her complaints, you know, where she was complaining about these Facebook group. She was calling this a hate group, by the way. But in that, you can see like she takes screenshots. Well, on Facebook, it always shows what account that is because of commentary, right? So you can see the account here. Yeah. It even notes it. So the account that she was using was one Ashley Page. That is the account, by the way, that she likes to utilize to host her pageants. Oh man, I forgot to add one thing to the timeline too. I know I'm jumping around tonight, but it doesn't matter. This stuff is such a mess. I mean, it is, like I said, I'm being vague. I don't want to challenge the entire timeline because I don't want it to get fixed. And we're not talking about a couple of issues here and there. We're talking about flagrant lies and omissions. Flagrant to the point. Oh my God, man. She's decided that she wants to step into the wrong arena. You know, she thinks that she can just go out, lie about things and get away with it. And that's not how it works. Here, for example, check this out. Let me show you something here. One other thing. So she says that on her timeline, you know, I showed you the April stuff with the creation of Bully EXE. So she says, you know, through May, she doesn't start doing anything on her own until she doesn't have any real contact with the quote unquote hate group out there. She's not doing anything. There's no problem. It's just Muppets start popping up, right? Here's the problem, though, with that date. Remember May 13th. Now, I did something that she probably didn't realize happened. You remember when Bully Exterminators was live? You know, the YouTube channel? They have one thing on there. Now, in addition to archiving it, which the archive actually keeps a date. The archive date is May 22nd, and you can see the videos on it from that date. It tells you that some of the videos are 2 weeks or older. So that would mean at best, you know, we're talking about, again, subtract 2 weeks from the 22nd. But if you need a definitive date, one to challenge her May dates, well, check this out here. So this is one of the descriptions where she decides she is going to not only, again, she'll tag in Jeremy Hales, and she'll tag in, well, really, what the hales. Not really Jeremy Hales, but what the hales, but she'll tag in Volpe, Manskin. But look at the date here. May the 9th. So she had videos. She was creating Bully Exterminator videos, which I archived, by the way. May the 9th for sure. Now, that's just one of the dates, by the way. I have more of them, too. I'm not going to, like I said, I'm not giving away the game. I'm just saying that this thing is so rife with bullshit and holes. Like, she's lying to the point that this stuff is being shopped to people as if it's some kind of huge gotcha, Jeremy. And it's like, no, this lady, she was out there gaslighting and harassing to the point that YouTube has taken down some of her content for it. And all she does in the meantime is create more accounts to put up the same material. She puts up information about them. She, again, talking about divorces, psych evals. I mean, all kinds of crazy shit. And remember that too. Because, by the way, lady, a lot of your cases are pretty fascinating to go through. Specifically those allegations. Like she filed litigation against a process server because the process server called the police. Why did the process server call the police? Well, they had allegations about child neglect. Now, again, I'm not saying that she did anything wrong in that. Quite the opposite. I am not a listening believer, but I am supposed to believe anything thrown at Jeremy Hales. They tell me to listen and believe. So if I adopt that same thinking, well then, and there are a lot of other even worse skeletons in your closet, ma'am. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. Things we haven't even gotten to yet. The more personalized things. The kind of things that I don't know if you've told the rest of the ecosystem or not. I don't know if you've tried to spin them or not, but I can't believe you would take shots at a Jeremy Hales or anyone else, after finding out some of the things that you've been setting on trying to hide, that you sue people to try to keep quiet. Those will be coming soon, by the way, for sure. I do not take kindly to somebody trying to be like, hey, I'm going to create a site to ruin lives. Oh, are you now? Are you, sweetheart? Because that's beautiful. That's cute. So anyway, back to the proof here. Sorry, I got a little off course there. But, oh, by the way, too, if you like this content and you enjoy the show, consider supporting with ye old breadsticks. That's right. The breadsticks that make them holla, because that's the one thing they have not been able to do. They have to set up just crazy bullshit in order to get any kind of typically on a day. The best day I've seen one of them have in a long time, 5 super chats. And that's weaponizing against Jeremy Hales to a degree that's just insane. Unless they have some new push or they can't do it, and it drives them crazy. And I love that. I think that is hilarious because they hate that anyone else has success. They have tried everything they can to bury anyone that's successful. You can tell all these freaking losers get together, and man, what a disaster. So let's look at some more of this proof, by the way. So we saw here is Exhibit A there. We have What the Hell's here. All joking aside, this Muppet saved us time and money, adding her to Fed case number 2. Counterclaims include criminal charges, rebroadcasting revenge porn. Now, you know what's fascinating about that right there? Her claims are that people have been saying that she created. That is in her amended complaint. That she, quote unquote, created revenge porn. And that is not what's being said. It is rebroadcast. And remember, this stuff has been taken down over and over and over again. So for her to play this victim narrative and again lie. I mean, she flagrantly lies. She flagrantly misrepresents what is said right there. I mean, it just blows my mind. She gets caught by herself. I kind of love it. I do. I kind of love the fact that when you get down to it, again, if you don't know what I'm talking about there, in the amended complaint, the way that she words it, she says, quote, that defendant Megan Fox, she'll also say that Hales, that myself and others are along the ways, said that she created the revenge porn. However, that's not what's being said in those screenshots. It's saying that she rebroadcast it. These are things, again, they provably have been taken down. It doesn't seem to matter to any of them, though. They seem to like slapping that stuff back up and be like, oh, whoa, look at this. They love just redoing and redoing. So do you see, that's amazing. You see a problem there. Now here, this is not on this. This is not anything to do with anything. I mean, here it doesn't have anything to do with her at all. This is talking about a vomit. You know, they call me despicable. I wear it as a badge of honor. Oh no. Oh no. In fact, that's him insulting someone else. And yeah, I would take that as a badge of honor too. Well, let's keep looking here. Here we have, look at that. That has actually been redacted very well, by the way. This is a screenshot of the Lowell office. Now, in that, you see what the hell's here. Now, what the hell's they're saying? What here? I'm sending you both to HR. Oh no, that's actually not a comment about this person at all. That's a comment about the live streamers. I'm sending both of you live streamers to HR. This is not what the hell's at all. So when you look at that, this is a random person out there, and they're asking a question. It says, so this is the disbarred Florida attorney question mark? That's not a statement of fact, is it? So, first of all, that's not Jeremy. I don't think that's Ray Hip. I'm not really sure. I'm not sure who the fuck Ray Hip is. Are you actually Ray Hip? Is that what it is? The Ray Hip thing kills me. That's so funny. Such a, you know what the explanation for all of this being so terribly written is, by the way. Buckle yourself in. Make sure you have on your safety gear when I tell you this, because I don't want you falling out of your chair too hard, okay? I mean, this is nuts. She says that the reason her filings are so terrible is because that actually it gives you a sense that she's an idiot, and you won't see her coming. She's actually really smart, guys. She just falls to the stupidest shit ever. so she can ambush you, I suppose. Cha-cha-cha. Can you imagine that? Oh my God. What a stupid excuse. Yeah, guys, for real. I only pretend to be an idiot. Oh my God. That's literally what she told Hale in an interview. Now listen to the sound clip. Oh God. Some of this stuff. It's amazing. It is. It is amazing. By the way, this person here, I find everything they've tried to do, to run people off. I just find it intriguing because honestly, their description of their mental health issues, again, I'm not remote diagnosing. I could if I want to. Like that's another thing I think people misunderstand. I don't remote diagnose people because I find it, it's tactless. You never really know, unless you see somebody in a setting, you don't really know what's wrong with them. But when they talk about some of their issues, you're like, yeah, I can see the mania I can kind of see it. You know, I do wonder, however, how the fuck do you have anything in life? This person, you would think, you know, the stereotype of an incel sitting in their basement, like doing nothing. You know, that whole stereotype of somebody that sits around with they're dipping hot dogs in nacho sauce. You know, stupid Dave. wait. I mean, question mark. No, that's the kind of behavior you have from this person. They're up all night long, it feels like. they're trying to shitpost under God knows how many different alts. They're arguing, and they do this for, unless they're getting backroom shady pay, which, I mean, I guess that's possible. Who knows? I don't really know what the background deal is on this stuff. I've seen some of the allegations about paint chips and old Darth Touch. But again, I don't really know what the back end on that is. But I do know that if you're doing that for free, that's fucking crazy. You can't be taking care of anything, anyone in your life, especially not yourself. But I digress. So let's continue here. Here's what the hell's again stating. I guess I didn't get the notice that Hale's headquarters is Hodunk or the Cedar Key. No. Someone please put us on the memos. Now, whoa, what is that? That refers to her targeting Hales. That is not anything to do with her, except for her, again, attacking and him being like, all right, okay, well, I guess I didn't really get that notice that it's Hodunk, you know, or Cedar Key. I didn't get that was either, you know, hey, why don't you show us that? Like, show us the memos for that. It is funny, again, if you go and you look at how they see people that live in any kind of a rural area, they absolutely despise them. They do. They despise the very people that they say they're defending. You notice, by the way, that all of this stuff has become about them. Do you see them bringing up anything that Lynette Preston or John Cook, do you see them bringing up any defense there at all? No. All they do is they have joined in on an attack on Jeremy Hales and anyone else that has anything to talk about with it. Isn't that interesting? It's a me thing. Me. You know, it's become totally about these weirdos and degenerates. And we sit here and we just catalog the strange assortment of people that arrive, and not only arrive, but when they do, they try to do stuff like this. And it is my opinion, after listening to some of their discussions, that this was planned for a hot minute before they decided they were going to drop a lawsuit. They had already planned this well in advance. Give me a second. I got a little one coming. Should be here in a second. Hey, what you doing? Good. Come here.
You see me doing my back and forth?
I did see you doing your back and forth. You've been good too. You've been helping Dad out when I can't lift anything because my wrist's been down, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yep. She's been a big helper for me. You know? And we haven't been able to jump on me any, you know? Isn't that right? We've been having to be careful.
Yeah. I remember which time is it.
Huh?
Which time is it?
It's this one right here with the thing on it.
Oh, this one?
Yeah. No, this one. On this side.
Oh, this way?
Yep. The right arm. Yep.
Let's watch it to it.
Yeah, because it's got that big bandage on it. That's how you tell.
I did see the bandage, the color of your shirt, baby.
Oh, yeah. It was covering it somewhat.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you've been good though, haven't you? You've been trying to help out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But that's what you are. You're a big helper, right?
Yeah.
So what you been doing today?
Been watching TV.
Actually, you went to Gigi's today. You went and visited Grandma, right?
Yeah, I said I was watching TV.
Yeah, right now you are.
Yeah.
I know,
I
but
talk
before
about
that,
right now.
yeah, right now, yeah. Yesterday, what did you do? You went, so what was it? You went swimming? Oh my gosh, she's doing swimming motions. Did you have fun swimming?
Yeah, everyone was walking on the deep end.
You were walking in the deep end. Oh my goodness.
I was literally walking on the deep end.
You were?
Yeah.
You like walking in the deep end?
Yeah, but I just swim in the deep end because I almost drowned one time, but I had to force it a little bit. Had to force it a little bit. I almost drowned because
I think
because I did the frog slide too many times. Yeah.
I think we defined drowning a little different.
Yeah.
Like I almost drowned. What do you mean? Well, I went in water and it was deeper. I couldn't touch the bottom. That's drowning, apparently.
Yeah, because I couldn't even reach the bottom. I walked it there a few times, but I lost my motion on the frog slide. And I made a friend. I saw a bubble gum. Who sold the bubble gum and had a little thing with color on it, and we were friends.
Oh man, you made friends there too.
Yeah,
That's
I was
cool.
trying to find her, and I went into the deep end to find her.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh
When
man.
I swam at the deep end, I tried to look for her.
Oh really? She just disappeared though?
No, because her can't disappear by herself.
Oh, I thought maybe she's a mermaid or something. She swim off. Is that what happened?
Who had a swimsuit on?
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Well, hey, go watch your thing and go have fun, okay?
We're going to have a good day.
All right. You have a good day, too. All right. Go have fun.
Have the best
Oh, give me a
day
hug.
ever.
Actually, give me a hug first.
Have the best day ever, everyone.
Yep, they will.
Even my dad.
Even me? Okay, well, thank you. All right, we'll go. Love you.
Look, I can't even break my bones. Look, I'm not breaking my bones.
Yep, you can rotate your arm. That's pretty amazing. Yep. And it's a windmill it, huh?
I can't even break my bones. Pull my head backwards.
Yep. Well, don't fall over doing that. All right. So let me give her a minute to.
Have a good day.
You have a good day, too. Close that door for me, too, okay?
I'm still walking out the steps.
I know, but close the door when you get up there. Thank you.
Love you.
Love you too. All right, let me wake the monitor back up. Give me a second. Here we go. She's funny there. she went swimming. She came in and she was like, almost drowned. I was like, you almost drowned. How did that happen? She was like, I couldn't touch the bottom. I had to swim. I was like, yeah, that's part of swimming. That's not drowning. That's swimming. Walking on the bottom. That's what she's been calling it drowning, though. I was like, it's not drowning, that's swimming. She was like, I didn't drown. I kicked my feet back and forth and my arms moved. Like, oh, Lord. There's a good question, by the way, from somebody. Let me pull this up. I'll hit all super chats, but there's one question I saw here from Cat Lady here. She asked, why do we have to beg YouTube to take action to get content these idiots put up over and over? Yet they strike legit channels, careful with words and content. Well, it is interesting. A lot of it has to do with the way that YouTube now polices content. They use call centers. See, they used to use call centers in the United States. They would use call centers like in Texas, other places, where you have people that when you contact somebody, when you contact YouTube support, you might actually get somebody that would understand what you're talking about. And again, I'm not trying to be a jerk saying it this way, but if you're going and you're hiring somebody in, say, India, there's an issue there, a communication issue. And the call centers there, they strive for time rather than being helpful. You know, how fast can you get somebody off the line? I had to contact, I'll tell you how bad it is right now. I had a contact with YouTube. There was a channel that I'd been contacted about that had posted, I'm going to say CP, you know, corn, but, you know, with underage, let's say, extreme. And people were trying to flag this. They reported it to the police, but this material was still up. So trying to get it reported. So I called YouTube support because I'd been told that this had been up for almost 2 days. It's like, that's insane. So when I contacted, or not called, but I said call, I contacted through the chatbot. The chatbot kicks you over to a representative, and I talked to the representative finally. This representative, they essentially told me that you can flag, but they have no process where they'll help you in whatsoever. So there's no human on the line that'll help. Now, there are ways to get assistance with that, but most people will never get past that level with either dealing with AI, dealing with a representative that's somewhere overseas that just, again, they're not incentivized to help out in any way, shape, or form. It's insane. They also, you know, one of the reasons they took call centers out of the United States too, is because they were required to give mental health services to the people who decide on all the videos and their problems. You know, you can think about some of the videos that people review and how awful they are. They can leave people in a bad way. And in the US, they were required to give mental health supports, and it costs money. So they jumped around that. And not only does that create a worse platform, but I mean, you think about it, they're not providing supports to the people there. I mean, that's a terrible thing when you think about it. But yeah, that's a couple of reasons. You also have channels that they're small enough that they haven't been spotted sometimes, you know, because a lot of stuff, mass flagging is a state that, I mean, it happened. You would not believe how many times like channels get flagged. Even the best channels get flagged. For me, man, I get mass flagged every day. You know, Jeremy Hale's getting mass flagged every day. So it's good that you don't have channel takedowns just like that. But on the other side of it, some of the stuff that happens and there's no action. I saw them take down a channel. I had a friend named Dan Frega. Dan Frega, a comic book artist, also had Hollywood connections and more. He was building a channel. And when he first started out, his original channel was taken down because the backdrop of a photograph, he had a woman in a bikini. That got his channel taken down. They said that was against their guidelines because of sexualization. And yeah, you see some of the stuff they leave up. It's crazy, isn't it? But anyway, I digress. Let's continue on. But it's a good question. It is a good question. So you have, now look at this. The next part here, what the hell's is wrong with this new, you can see it's cut off here. You have what the hell's saying, I'm a middle-aged fat dude who is balding. Nothing to hide here. Okay, well, that can't be about her. Well, maybe, I guess, maybe it could be about her. Is she saying that's about her? Is she saying that she's a middle-aged fat dude? Is that what you're trying to tell us? Is this a secret disclosure that I wasn't aware of? You know, I mean, maybe that really explains the cosmetic enhancements, we'll say, because somebody's trying to hide something there. Oh, my Lord. Then you have this. His low, it's Hale's low, like hello. all you beautiful people. Oh my God. Oh my God. Are they talking there? Again, same. Nothing. Look, hey, by the way, Dwayne. I don't know if Dwayne's here today. Yeah, with weekends, I'm not sure who pops up. Typically, weekends, weekends get crazy for all of us. So I get that. But Dwayne, if you are not here, somebody needs to show this to Dwayne. What's up, Dead Punk, by the way, man? I hope you're doing good, brother. Man, Dead Punk, just to give credit where credit is due, too. You know, he has created so many. If you see an awesome picture on this channel, I'm going to say 85% of those, they've come from Dead Punk. If you need something created for your channel, like if you want, or if you just want a cool avatar or something like that, like he does, pricing is very good. And the level of work and detail, my God, man. It's good stuff. You should hit him up, though. You know, you can use AI to create something that never gets it right. You get an artist in there, you've got a vision for something, want it created, you can get it for a pretty affordable price. And you can actually, especially like people who run channels, channel art, bringing people in, that is one of the necessary steps to having success. You want to bring somebody in, you want to expend, you know, again, I hate to even say expend, he's pretty affordable, to be honest, you know. He needs a huge project out there to show him how good he is at stuff. But yeah, man, give him some love. Dead Punk needs it. Yeah. Let's see. I think that's it. That's it. So these are her. This is her quote unquote proof right here. Along with give me 1 second. Along with her timeline. She's also been whining. Now, again, I don't know if this is true or not, right? But she's also, as part of her exhibit, she's whining because she says that Jeremy Hales has removed himself from getting e-service. She can't e-serve him. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, like I said, but why would anybody make that easy on you? Like, screw that idea. I mean, if it is true, I would not accept an e-service. I'd make you pay for somebody to come and find me. And on top of that, I would take a lesson from everything that I see the ecosystem do, and I'd make it as difficult as possible. You know? I'd make it fucking hard as possible. Because again, you know, they've gone to any lengths to cost Jeremy Hales money. Why wouldn't you do the same? Yeah, she's been whining that he's intentionally removed himself from e-service. I thought that was kind of funny. And again, proof, but he doesn't have to accept e-service. Just funny. She thought she could just add in some random emails and be like, oh, that's them. I'm going to e-serve. No. You get to pay for people to be served. You get to expend that money, baby. Now here, let's look at the timeline. Now, this is the timeline they've been bragging about, okay? Like I said, it is a mess, but let's establish what she wants to say is her timeline. So she says, on or about April 26th, she saw a concerning Facebook post come through her newsfeed about Volpe, whom she had known as a reporter since 2023. Upon receipt, she immediately reaches out to him to inform him. Was it about his? Was it about him standing over? Let me say this a different way. Was it about him allegedly standing over somebody while they slept? Creepy like? Was that what we're talking about? Oh, wait, no, it's probably not it. We were talking about the discussions of sleeping with not one, but two sources and not disclosing that. Wait, that's probably not it either. It's probably something else. Anyway. It's weird. I guess you ignore all that stuff, right? These are things, again, admitted. These aren't internet rumors. The things that he's either been accused of something, you know, standing over someone, creepily watching them sleepily in a house that wasn't his. Yeah, I saw that post, buddy. Actually, a little bit more than I saw that post. We'll talk about that. Volpe said he wants to try to ruin me, by the way. I'm like, game on then, baby. Game on. I started interviewing people. You enjoy that. You pick up any internet rumor you can. I'll pick up people that actually had contact with you. You know, because you've got a creepy trail of breadcrumbs behind you, son. And wow. Yeah. Not only that, you know, he talks about exes, you know, the sources. Again, he talks about how crazy they are. You know, he had a child with one. He talks about how crazy they were. Well, at one time, he was trying to say that person was a victim. You remember that. He wasn't disclosing the fact that he was sleeping with them. They only became crazy and unhinged after they got knocked up and accused him of something. Then suddenly they're no longer believable. Suddenly they're the bad guy. Isn't that interesting? Huh. But anyway, I digress. Let's keep going here. So in response, you have him say, oh, you know, why don't you interview me on your 7-subscriber YouTube? I wonder why. I feel like there's something left out of our little discussion here, you know? I feel like we're losing something in that. 1 second. I feel like he's leaving out something, or she's leaving out something with the channel. Because again, what point is there to bring in somebody with 7 subscribers? They don't have any reach. What other benefit would they have to bring her in? Again, she's not a lawyer. Holy God, listening to these people try to talk about the law. Oh my Lord, man. It is a mess. So what would be the point of that? I don't know. Maybe the fact that they create AI bullshit they try to post everywhere and they disparage and they do all that. I don't know. Maybe that's the point. But she said she only had 7 subscribers made of friends, family, and clients. Is it public? Was it a public channel? Was it a public channel where you were going to interview somebody and you were going to 100% attack Hales based on it? Of course, again, we've got to leave out bullying, and other stuff. There's a lot left out in this timeline. At no time was she attempting to grow her channel. Well, that's interesting because you told people to come and check out your channel. You tried to grow, huh? With those following the Hale's lawsuit. What a bunch of shit. She just posted it everywhere. She says, oh, well, you know, she has it also on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Facebook. She'd never heard of him prior. So that's an interesting declaration too. So she'd never heard of Jeremy Hills prior to this discussion. But immediately after this discussion, on the 27th, she picks up Bully Exterminators, the site that is going to definitely target the shit out of Jeremy Hills. If you missed Megan Fox's last Rumble exclusive, if you missed that, you should go back and watch it. It's pretty crazy. We went over 2 of those videos. They are nuts. Some of the stuff's unintentionally hilarious, like how they try to showcase themselves. It's pretty funny. But on the 27th, she has Volpe suggest interviewing Megan Fox, who endorses Jeremy Hales. However, at no time, despite confirmed receipt, did Megan Fox respond to be interviewed, because she doesn't owe you shit, you weirdo. She doesn't fucking owe you anything. I don't owe you anything. My channel is my channel. I choose who I have on here. I built this thing. It took me years. It's just like Megan Fox. It's taken her years to build up her stuff. You do not get to utilize channels of other people to build yourself up. And you saying that you weren't trying to use his clout, really? Are we pretending that the pageant thing wasn't on? Are we pretending that you yourself weren't saying that you were trying to shop a Netflix show? Are we pretending all of that doesn't fit into the timeline too? Huh. Because what that sounds like to me is it sounds like opportunism. You never heard of the guy, but you get approached by Volpe, and then right from go, you decide to dig in with these weirdos. And when I say dig in, by the way, we are definitely talking about some quid pro quo. You can see it with bully exterminators and how it is hyped up by, give me 1 minute. You can see it hyped up by 2L. You can see it hyped up by Stupid Dave and more. I mean, all these people, they keep pressing and promoting it. And of course, it's interesting that they get press releases from her as part of it. But yes, she was talking about where she says that she wasn't trying to shop and to grow off of it. Well, it was weird because she was talking about making money off of it. You would think that somebody that wasn't planning on doing anything with that whatsoever, they wouldn't have any, let's see. Now, she denied at first being bully exterminators. Like, they goofed around. They were pretending. You can see it in the Stupid Dave, his post. Excuse me. I yawned there for a second. Sorry about that. Medication. Get you the yawnies. Here, check this out there. See, like with Stupid Dave, for example. You can see him pushing, and he knows who this is. They all said that they did. They've screwed up and admitted in the afterward that they all knew who this was. But I seriously can't wait to get my hands on some sweet Hodunk Hillbillies merch. Rumor has it that the producers of the show, producers, by the way, that's a fascinating word too, fat boy. Producers, plural? Who else was involved in that? Which other weirdo, degenerate scumbag that's part of this was on that? In addition to Lips, who else? Producers, plural. Sometimes they give away the ghost, and that may be an accidental admission of something. But they're telling you they were going to take the profits from the sales and create a fund to help out all the defendants. So Miltoast here himself was talking about, let me rephrase something I've said before. When I talked about it before, I guess it just didn't register on me. I kept thinking Lynette Preston and John Cook, but no. Miltoast here himself was talking about profiteering off of those. All the defendants, they all colluded together to utilize those to make money for themselves for legal fees. Huh. Isn't that interesting? Could you imagine again? You saw a big crybaby boy like whining. He was saying he was going to strike my channel because I had an AI read of his crying little video. Talking about me, by the way. because he likes to play a man when he has a woman to target, right? It's easier that way, right? But if you ever get any blowback, oh my God, what a bunch of weirdos. But they promote it for sure. And there was financial incentive. That's really, really interesting. Huh. I wonder if Jeremy Hale's really caught that. That's all his Fed 2 conspirators right there. Rumor has it, and again, he's in discussion with these folks. He knows exactly who that person is. They're just playing this little game of, well, rumor has it. Rumor is in the person that you're talking to right there. But anyway, let's continue on with our timeline. So she has 7 subscribers, all family, she says. Not trying to grow. Never heard of Hales. Then around the 27th, tried to respond. We've seen this before. Then on the 29th, is an interview request for Volpe. Request? That's weird because you actually posted interview with Volpe before the 5th. Huh. You actually have. So that's, yeah, that's really interesting. She wants to have her entry into the ecosystem as a different date. That's not correct at all. And there's plenty of proof of that. I love it. Like I said, I love that so much of this stuff is easily disprovable. Now, the thing that really causes her problems, you remember Talentville? If you don't know what I'm talking about with Talentville, Talentville's it's a little site that was set up so she could shop around her scripts because she thinks she's a script writer as well as a dancer and everything else. She thinks she's all these things. Well, she'd actually set that account up in March. She'd been shopping things around, and during this time period that's being discussed, that account ends up with 5 videos that also are uploaded to Bully Exterminators. She's trying to show off her creative abilities. The only problem with that is that she tied herself directly in. Her ego tied her directly in to Bully Exterminators. I love that. Like, that's a huge screw up there, though. But as far as her going out and sending weird messages and stuff, there's all kinds of things that have been posted that can be talked about. We can go back and talk about the bully wall of shame and all of that insanity that ends up on Bully Exterminators too. Give me a second. So on the 28th, though, that's when we have the YouTube channel get created for Bully Exterminators, it looks like, on or around that date. So during this, we don't just have the website created, but we also have the YouTube channel. The YouTube channel that'll be hosting all of this insanity. At the same time, too, she has her pageant site, aka Ashley Page, her Ashley Page account, the one that likes to post pageant material, also posts about Bully Exterminators. So on the 28th, where she's playing this game, let me show you a screenshot of that. Give you 1 minute here. So again, these are things that are just these are hard facts that you're going to have problems dancing around. These are dates that are well established, things that she wants to pretend don't exist. But she has attached herself to these accounts. The account that will become Ashley Page. Give me a minute. This is the account that will become Ashley Page. You know, the one that's mentioned in the addended files. At one time, though, it was called Talk Pageants Magazine. Now, you'll notice here that on the 28th, she is already pushing Bully Exterminators, the site. Huh. Why isn't that in our timeline? That's very strange. That would be left out, right? Now, she's ghosted a lot of this stuff, you know, pretending that it never existed. But unfortunately for her, there were people that were paying attention. Now, she also, when she talks about her quote unquote interviews, man, there are a lot of screenshots that end up posting her interviews. She wanted to promote this stuff. She wanted to pretend that she wasn't, you know, she wasn't trying to get, let me pull that back up. That she wasn't promoting, and yet. So, on or about the 13th. Now here, what's hilarious about this is that she wants to somehow pretend that on the 13th, this is when, oh my God, Muppets and more, the Muppet Mayhem. Volpe publishes an interview on What the Hale's Facebook site. Upon publishing, harassing comments were made about her. Now, have you looked at her website, by the way? She didn't just randomly post a couple of things, you know, online that were just, you know, even. She was trying to be a neutral party. No. She's posting divorce records. She's posting shit about his kids and stuff. Again, that's a two-way street. You know that, right? All the stuff about that. I'm saying this very directly because you know she listens to all this if it's about her. That is a two-way street. And you know, I cannot believe, in fact, with all the skeletons in your closet, that you would go this route. I cannot believe it. Do you think that, I mean, do you think you could spin your way out of it? That you could lie your way out of it? Because when people get to know you, do you think that you're going to look like a good person? And it's not going to be rumor. Again, we're talking about verifiable information. Like, you would think some of these people that choose specific avenues to attack somebody, they themselves wouldn't have any type of problems out there. And yet. So anyway, back to this though. So upon publishing, harassing comments were made about her, published by those in contact again. So it sounds like Lisa Weeks, Stupid Dave, Bruce. Like I said, the one thing I really find interesting about this, and I see this in the email communications too, she seems very familiar with Bruce. You know, when you talk about somebody, you just call him by their first name. She doesn't call him Bruce Manskin. She doesn't call him Mr. Manskin. She doesn't call him any of that. No, she calls him Bruce. Only person that she's referring to. Just like that. That's almost a giveaway for you. I bet there's some fascinating communications. I bet there are. As evidenced by the voluminous preceding post viewed on the site. Many of the posts are made anonymously or with Muppet pictures, Facebook profiles that appear fake. Oh no. Let's see. Let's see what's here. Oh, Volpe complaining about Jeremy. making veiled or empty threats to him. Yet he makes what some might call actual threats. He has threatened to sue me, calling me a child. I am posting the thread, and you can decide. Did I accuse him of a crime? By the way, Mr. Volpe, I'll be sitting here in my office waiting. So this has nothing to do with her whatsoever. Does that actually mention her in any way, shape, or form? No. Here's another. Oh, looky here. I called out Volpe for his treatment of women in his life. Well, I'm glad that that's actually being documented, too. Isn't that interesting? How he treated his own child after he tried once again to defame Jeremy Hales. He couldn't take the heat, so he deleted his post. What part did you not want to answer? How, if you're going to say things about Jeremy, we need to talk about your past abuse? Or the part where I asked if you were willing to admit you, Luthman, and 51 and 50, Leslie, were crowdfunded by Bruce and Lisa to be bullies? Huh. So her part in that is her being a bully and her boy here having a abusive past. Well, that really doesn't play very good, does it? So on or about the 15th, isn't that her? Okay, now we're to the 15th. Members of the Facebook group began posting that she's a disbarred attorney. Again, amongst all types of insults. It's continued today. Comments imply that she's transsexual, she's off her meds, she just wants to grow her YouTube channel. Okay, well, okay, so are you saying that it's a problem to be trans? Is there something wrong with being trans? See, this is the game they play. All right, so let's play your game. Are you saying that you got some hate for that? That's awful. Man, what a meanie. Off your meds? Well, I would say that you've talked about your mental health conditions and being off your fucking meds. Yeah, your behavior there, that might make fake people think that. You yourself brought up mental health conditions. So I don't think that's off the freaking table there. It just wants to grow. Really? Are you kidding me? That's the low bar you think you're going to sue over? What a fucking joke there. Clients begin calling to inform her. Clients? You have clients, lady? You, a lawyer that doesn't lawyer? Because, whoa, didn't you retire? Huh. You yourself admit that you're not supposed to be practicing. So why exactly are you talking about clients? That's very, very strange. Huh. They're seeing online attacks against her and feel bad for her. I call this, I'm going to say prove this. I'm going to say prove it. Of course you can't prove it. Honestly, too, I've read your client feedback before online. I'd actually challenge you to show me a real client with above a 1 out of 5 rating for you, because that's all I could find. 1 out of 5. At least it was consistent, right? Within a day, over 500 people subscribed to her channel and began making berating comments about her being a failed, disbarred attorney. 500 people. So she gets subscribers and she's a victim. Huh. What a nut job. She leaves out the fact that she went on a tour of channels. She's being promoted. Plus, they're pushing bully exterminators, too. She put out press releases and more. But getting subscribers, that's a problem. You know, it's interesting as well, considering I looked at some of her comments toward Shizzy Wiznut. Yeah, and she talks about how terrible stuff is. But let's look, okay, shall we? Let's have a little look at some of the stuff she left for her. She's not everything, of course, you know. Who is shizzing with no legal background reporting on legal issues? Sounds like a felony. A felony? It's a felony to talk about legal issues? Dude, you need to stop. No. You'll be convicted of practicing without a license. You are a moron. You are you are a moron at a level I cannot believe. Give me 1 second. I can clear my throat. But how much experience do you have? You sound like a fool. You sound like a fool. I hooked your ass up. What? What in the weird shit? I'll give you some money. Oh, I like you. Oh, can I call you lover boy? Gross. That's sexual harassment, by the way. That's disgusting. You know, my family is like totally worth over 10 million. Really? Are they really, Leslie? Should we talk about that? Huh. Is that true? Huh. Aren't you in foreclosure? That's strange. A guy fights like this for a stupid ass narcissist. His gay crush. Look, they talk about Jeremy Hales, and they tried to burn him with LGBT. But look at how she swings around gay. Oh, you lover boy. Stop being gay. Again. They're accusing other people of being homophobes. So isn't that interesting? And it goes on. It goes on for 18 pages like that, just to note. So this is a person that says that people commenting on YouTube is harassment. And yet there are 18 pages of her going on another person's YouTube channel. 18 pages. It's so nuts, isn't it? Shiz is actual in-house counsel. Indeed. Well, you know, beyond that, it doesn't matter if you know fuck all about the law. You learn about it. I don't have to have a license to comment. I'm not a freaking lawyer. I have watched enough cases play out. If I don't know something, I have it looked up, or I'll tell you. You know, again, I don't know about this specific approach. What's funny is a lot of these so-called lawyers, these lawyers, even the practicing ones now, they don't know. How much do they know? Because when it's come down to it, what have they accomplished, really? They've dug themselves in so deep now that things, they have gone sideways on them. You're looking at people dropping like flies. I mean, it is nuts.
I'm check on you.
Yeah, I heard you coming down. Give me a hug real quick. You gotta go upstairs, okay?
I check on you.
I appreciate it.
I did with my slinky down so I didn't hit you.
Huh?
I did with my slinky down because I didn't want to hit
Oh,
you.
yeah, twirling your slinky. Yeah, that's good. You didn't.
Have a good day.
All right, you have a good day too. Thank you for checking on me.
I wonder when Mom will be home. I'm on my first show. It's so long. How am I going to get the coin back?
I don't know. You better go enjoy it before you have to go lay down, though. You know?
Yeah.
All right, close my door too. Love you. So additionally, she notes she gets harassing emails. Now, you know what's really... You have a good day too. You open the door back up. I love you too. Close that door. She opened it back up. I was like, wait a minute, I'm gonna snap her again. She's funny. She'll check on me. Be like, are you okay, Dad? You know, with everything going on. They make sure everything's good to go. That's really sweet of them. But here, where she's talking about emails, she called for people to write. The emails that she posted too. She posted 4 emails on her website. Those 4 emails, she doxed the senders of, and they were not threats or anything else. They were pretty milquetoast. So she provided all parties with a sworn affidavit from the federal bar. However, they continue to falsely state that she retired to evade disbarment. And falsely, no, not to evade disbarment, to evade punishment. That's what people know. This does not note reason. This does not note a reason on here. Like, what's fascinating, again, she's decided to pick and choose, where she doesn't show you the other stuff that talks about, well, why did that happen exactly? What was surrounding this? I mean, again, you put up your own video that talks about this subject. It's so bizarre. This little game of semantics that we're playing. Let's see. Give me a minute here. I mean, she's okay with talking about it herself, as long as she gets to promote the how and the why. When she's doing that, she'll, again, the admissions that are part of it is just wild. Let's see. Here is one of her legal documents that she posted, talking about herself. She says, plaintiff requested approval for retirement status to not hold her liable under the standard as a lawyer. So she didn't want to be held liable under standards as a lawyer. Why would that be? Why would you not want that? Because you would face punishment. You weren't like, hey, I'm tired of being a lawyer, therefore I stopped. What a fucking joke, man. Now, here's an anonymous post. This, for as much as this posted there, for all I know, this is her. You know, this could be her. Who knows? She controls enough of these accounts. It could be anybody in the ecosystem setting up fake bullshit. And then on the 16th, Megan Fox, That Umbrella Guy, and J-Hip, they go live in front of thousands and they mock her as a failed lawyer. Failed? Yeah, you're a failed fucking attorney. That's right. You are a failure. You know what I base that on? I base that on client feedback. I base that on your own statements. Failed, I'm allowed to think that. And I think you are a fucking failure. And this bullshit that you file. 100%. To evade disbarment. Then, in response to the attacks, she began to create Hodunk Hillbillies. So she puts the date as the 16th. Again, I could disprove that easily. I disproved it in this. I showed you one of the videos themselves. Give me 1 second here. I said she puts in the date because all of her timeline hinges on mine was responsive to everything that was going on. No, hon. The 9th. Here you are. This is the Hodunk Hillbillies right there. This is one of your videos. This is one of the descriptions of it. You can also go in. There are archives. You want to pretend. See, she doesn't. I don't think she realizes that we archive the freaking site. There are also plenty of pictures of it too, you know. But there are archives of it as well. I made sure to archive the freaking site. And other people did as well. I'm not the only person that archived it. I'm just saying that. Just saying, I went in and made sure that it was archived and that every video got archived too. That way, it didn't all just disappear and then pretend, oh, I didn't do anything wrong. See, after they found that out, then they started reposting and saying we did nothing wrong. But they didn't play that game when they thought that nobody had the proof. They didn't realize that people had taken the videos themselves. And that's what you've got to do. You got to take the whole freaking video. But, God, it's such a joke. Give me a second here. Show you something. So, the YouTube description. Let's get a So there's plenty of screenshots of when everything came up, though. It's actually on top of that, again, beyond the screenshots, you have her thumbnails, too, are quite the violation. But they all blow, I mean, they blow away her timeline. I'm surprised that she thinks that, again, you can't prove the timeline that exists. On top of that as well, some of the thumbnails that are put up on those, holy God, you should see them. I'd put them up here, but I don't want my channel getting hit for them. But yeah, the archive happened on the 22nd, though. And when the archive happened, it shows videos again. It also, when you archive something, you got to understand this too. You have a date set that's attached to it, so you're able to tell when everything is brought up. So this whole game that they want to play, where they pretend. But again, you'd have no idea when this stuff happens. Oh, yeah. Like give me a second here. There's this whole freaking bully exterminators. Let's see. I'm looking through there's the Hodunk Hillbillies. God, I'm looking through the archive. I'll tell you what's in archive here. Give me 1 minute. This is just a short list of them, by the way. 1 second. I'm rolling back through. I archived everything within their websites, but they have her site itself for the emails. I archived and clipped all the emails that she posted. Her YouTube for Legally Leslie. Her stuff with Stupid Dave, where she's trying to bail him out with a press release. Got that. Got the other press release too. We also have Prism TV. We have the Hodunk Hillbillies. We have her Talentville. We have Bully Exterminators. Bully Exterminators from YouTube has quite a bit of archiving as well. The archives from Bully Exterminator, they're not just the front page. A lot of people will only take one screenshot, but that doesn't show YouTube shorts and all of that. There's about 4 or 5 different archives from there that showcase. I'm looking at them right now. I'm going through them real quick and seeing everything that's on there. But they have YouTube shorts. They have homepage. They have videos. I mean, it's all accounted for. So for her to play the game of denial and pretend that, again, that all that stuff's not accounted for, it's just amazing to me. If they want to play the game of, look at me, I'm the poor victim here. Let me pull up the archive, by the way. So I was trying to find the right archive while I was talking. Here we are. Check this out. Here's Bully Exterminators. All right. Now you can see this is the YouTube channel. You see the date of the archive is the 22nd of May. These also are legally recognized. An archive is legally recognized because you cannot change it. It is a snapshot of the internet. So 100% undeniable. You can see, like I said, YouTube Bully Exterminators /videos here, right? So the 22nd, if we roll through, you can see, by the way, this is all hers. So you remember shots at J-Hip. Oh yeah, that's her. Where she's complaining and whining about J-Hip calling her an idiot or a muppet or anything like that. She's making videos talking about him, calling him horse face and shit. But you see all this stuff. Like, this is all her. Look at this obsession. But you notice there are other videos too. But this one, okay, right here at the bottom of it, there's 13 days. So it gives you a timeline. And there's another snapshot that'll, I think, drift down a little bit lower. But with that one alone, there you go beyond her timeline. Because she says that she didn't start doing this until the 16th. Well, obviously, the 22nd, 13 days before that, well, does that mean she's a fucking liar? And she's already posted this as her evidence. So even if she tries to change it up and tries to pretend, she set this as her timeline.
Yeah.
You know? This is funny too. So she's trying to say, look at this. Let's look at some of these here too. In response to the attacks, she creates Hodunk Hillbillies. She gives it to. Look who she gives it to. So they're all part of it. So she gives it to. She's admitting here that they all colluded on pushing this. So when Stupid Dave was promoting and pretending he doesn't know who it is, oh yeah, he knows. 2L, It was also given to Bruce. That's right, and to Paint Chips. Why is it Bruce and Attorney Bruce? By the way, what the fuck is this? Bruce and Attorney Bruce. What does that mean? Or is there somebody else that you're calling Bruce? Is there another Bruce? Is that what you accidentally call? Since Rahab exists, we have Bruce and Attorney Bruce. I'm confused. But this proves, I can't speak, that they were all colluding. Well, she's giving away the game. She's telling you shit that she shouldn't be telling you. Because what she's saying here, while they were trying to say that there's some kind of conspiracy, she's proving it. Holy shit. Now, she wants to say on that, though it's not using anyone's names, making it clear with satire. Right. Now, she's pointing out, here are videos that this is our videos and letters and other stuff people are sending. And this is the kind of shit. This is why you don't write in these people in good faith. Don't pretend that they're going to treat you with any respect or decency either. Because you look at that, you know. I want nothing to do with you, as I think you're a total fool and stupid. Okay. You really need to gain a little weight. Stop with the lip plumping. Cut down on the awful heavy lipstick. Also, she's told that the Hales group is not owned by. So she's told 100%. But these people are bad. They are all acting bad faith. So just don't even think that. So then she brings up on the 18th, and she's like, oh, Jeremy Hales, he talked about her. So, wait, Jeremy Hales had never mentioned you, and you made all these videos? That's strange. Then on the 19th, she files a lawsuit. Then, oh, look at that. She's like, go and watch that. You just sit on our streams and just obsess over it. Admit it. Where she was retired to evade disbarment. Again, nobody said disbarment. Punishment. Oh, yes, 100%. Amongst other things, harassing and dealing with personal. Oh, we can 100% talk about all your bullshit that you filed in cases. But also, you 100%, you talked about how you understand what a public figure is, what a limited purpose public figure, and you shoved yourself into this shit. You decided to target, you can target anybody you want. You can do it with impunity, but you can't take the blowback from it. See, so somebody says the same thing that you say are okay for other people to do. You wrote press releases. Like I talked about it. I brought this up over and over again because the press releases said it was okay to talk about cases. But you notice it's not okay when. So she amends her complaint to add this after witnessing them. Again, you should have left it there. Should have left us there. Fucking cowards, man. May 21st, hate groups. Remember the hate group. That is her definition of a Facebook group with 27 people. You know, but her definition, not of a hate group, are this conspiracy of assholes. They get together and promote stuff to try to damage and defame. Megan Fox, host of Live, makes a mockery out of her lawsuit against everyone, encourages an audience while posting personal family law cases involving her. She mocked your lawsuit. Oh no. How dare she? How dare she? While posting personal family law cases. Huh. I thought you said every case was okay. You yourself posted other people's personal fucking cases. That's very strange. Oh, it's a problem now, isn't it? Then the 21st through the 27th, she becomes debilitated and depressed and deletes everyone on social media. But they continue. Oh no. That's a terrible screenshot, by the way. Should get some better screenshot than that. Let's see. It's the same screenshots, we've already seen. Same screenshots. I mean, again, these are posts of legal documents, by the way. This is 100%. There's not even a problem in posting that, but that's 100% protected. So look, she notes. Now this stuff right here, that is against YouTube terms of service, actually, because that is considered harassment. But she opens a YouTube channel. She's trying to say, well, this is the example of what I do there. This is it. Notice she doesn't put her big freaky ass lips on her pictures either. That's so it's okay for her to do this kind of stuff, but it's not okay for anyone to even remotely criticize her. All right. Okay. Hey, look at that. What a piece of shit, by the way. What a weirdo. Then she talks about, oh, my kids. So let's, again, I do not encourage people contacting any children whatsoever. They hunted down Jeremy Hale's kids. She posted fucking video about it. It's in the shorts. Then it talks about DJ Radis. Oh, not DJ Radis. DJ Radis. Like, DJ Radis also is not in this lawsuit, but hey, DJ Radis is somehow comes in under everything. Then Nia Waterman. Oh, Nia Waterman is targeting her. Now, again, the thing that she leaves out of that is, let's go look. This is live, by the way. So her bully exterminators site. They wonder if she's talking about Nia Waterman. Look what she put up there. She put her on a site where, again, she takes requests to destroy people's lives. Huh. She's like, right in. Get your own bully. It's so fucking crazy. She's like, you can't get blowback for that, though. Fuck you, man. That's some nasty business. So she reaches out to J-Hip, an attempt to settle everything, to gain confirmation that he and others will not keep falsely. That he and others. Who the fuck? Who the fuck, by the way? In this conversation, J-Hip informs he's in contact with Megan Fox and that umbrella guy. They request you drop them too. Oh no. By the way, you didn't contact me, did you? You know? And yeah, J-Hip. Oh no, YouTubers talk. Oh my God, that's crazy. Huh. That's weird. Look, This is the way she frames conversations. This is probably why, look, J-Hib, this is what kills me about this. J-Hib took a lot of shit for trying to showcase any kind of nicety to this person. This person who tried to ruin him and treat him like absolute trash. But he was like, you know, her mental health, I'm worried about it. He said that, you know. That's why he is like, I don't know. And what does she do? Of course, she relentlessly targets and attacks him. You know. Oh, look. Oh, she was going to drop that umbrella. I never asked you to drop it. And I'd like to see the proof that you were asked to drop me and other people love to. Fuck yourself. Add me back. I will sue the living hell out of you. You know. I will absolutely do it. I've been collecting everything I can get. I would love to present an anti-slap argument to the point that he would destroy you, and you would not only eat that, but you would eat attorney costs. And I get somebody, again, I'll get a shark. You add me to the lawsuit. I'm going to do my best to make sure you can't drop me. You drop me faster than I could freaking come back and oh, I won't give away that game. But yeah, probably pretending that you have some kind of case. Again, you know, she made a statement publicly saying that a judge wouldn't like it. She has 2 years to add people back, and a judge wouldn't like it if she had to. Uh-huh. She's playing the vexatious litigation game. She wants to go out. It's probably worked for her in the past. Or use lawfare to intimidate people. It works for a lot of these people. You know, they use the court system like their own personal sword. Because they figure they have all the time in the world to file bullshit filings. And you got to hire somebody. The thing is, like I said, I'll get mine back. I go after everything you own. You know, not only that, I would definitely find out about, because you keep talking about having clients, practicing under your husband's law license. That's some crazy shit. God, I hope Jeremy Hale's rich you for this. Now, again, throwing in, you know, Waterman. She wrote it. See, any good faith here, by the way. Anything. You read through some of this stuff. Let me make sure this doesn't ever. I'm not going to put your picture up. You're trying to be. They have been so nasty, Neil Waterman. I mean, it's some nasty business. Like the way that she approaches this. And I mean, look at this stuff, by the way. This is how, my God, you want to see the funniest thing in the world? This is how they try to make the ecosystem look. Like this is supposed to be the ecosystem here. No shit. Look at them. This is supposed to be Milltown. I just watched a live stream from him. I have to say that I need to take stock options in the fucking place that makes his chair, because holy God. And they have him slimmed it. Are you kidding me? Oh my God. Volpe looks like he's he's in some drastic need of some freaking SSRIs. You have 2L. Are you fucking kidding me? Look at that picture. And then you have, this is supposed to be paint chips. Oh my God. Look at this clown show. This should be illegal. You gotta be kidding me. I mean, there's some serious clown bullshit there. Look at it. I really drink that in. Look, she shrank Bruce's nose. You know what's really weird about the Bruce thing, by the way? So she put together, I've talked about this before, but it blows my mind. All right. She puts together this video where she, give me 1 minute. Let me see if we can blow that up a little bit more. 1 second. That's as far as we can go. I'm gonna clip that. Give me a second. I'm gonna clip it out. The rest of it is just a Neil Warman emails. Okay, but I want to clip that picture. Give me 1 minute because I really want you to look at it. You know? Oh God, it's so bizarre. It is funny though. Now that's fucking parody. It really should be illegal, though. I mean, go look some of these people up and then look at this picture here. Oh, my God. I mean, look at that. Paint chips. Man, like 4 paint chips could fit in that. And the real one is this little rotund blob of a man. Holy shit. They try to make him that's probably how he visualizes himself. He thinks he's a mobster, like I said, and he is such a fucking loser coward. Because mobsters, you know, again, I think it's terrible what happens to people in prisons. He read an article though about him being, let's just say, he had some bad shower times, and yeah, mobsters don't have that. He never did the heavy lifting, by the way. He's just some coward who created fucking scams. He's a coward who created fake accounts. He attacks people by putting out doxing material and stuff. What a man. What a real man. You know, meanwhile, oh my God, the reality of that guy, court documented reality. It is beyond insane. 2L. You have got to be kidding me. First of all, oh my God. What do you think that picture is? What, 20? Holy shit. There's a lot more teeth than there should be. I mean, she looks like a fucking bag lady. Let's be honest. She does. She looks like a person that would be outside screaming about you stealing her shopping cart that she managed to procure from the local Walmart. Bruce. So what I was going to mention about Bruce here, I forgot about this. In this picture, you notice she shrunk his nose down, right? But in the video that she put together where he's being crucified, she portrays him as Jesus, and she has what she's called the hodunks. That's supposed to be Hales and his followers crucifying him. She puts this honking giant nose on him. It's even bigger than like one I would make fun of with. It's amazing to me. I mean, bald head again. Even in this pretend world bullshit, she can't give him a full head of hair. God, that's sad. And her, what's really amazing is, so she uses this same picture, this same face on her emails that she sends out. And if you look at it again, this is pretty distorted because the way. Let me see if I can clip it and show this to you, because I found something. I don't know. I thought it was kind of strange about it. No, I don't know if you can get past the distortion because it's such a small picture. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can clip it and get past that distortion, because it is so over processed. You know, it's been through so many filters that her eyes are just, it's weird. It is a weird fucking picture. I zoomed in on the face because it's what the hell is wrong with that face? You can't really see it here. I mean, it's been through so much AI filtering and stuff, though. It doesn't even look like a real human being anymore. So bizarre. But anyway, this is just a taste of how stupid their litigation is. any type of good faith. Like I said, you approach these people in good faith, they treat you like garbage. And ultimately, Lips has tried to make this about herself. Like, again, did you see in that her ever mention John Cook? Did she ever mention Lynette Preston? No, it's all about her. That's all she does. She's made this her war against Jeremy Hales. She's trying to write this hero saga. They all are. And really what it is it's a harassment campaign trying to ruin this guy. And people need to wake up and see it for what it is. I mean, even people that were following the ecosystem, I've talked to a number of people from that. And I think they're waking up to the crazy that is being brought into this. Because again, you may not like it. If you don't like a Jeremy Hales because you think he's overreactive, you think his words are mean, holy shit, how can you endorse fucking felons? How can you endorse the insanity from people that are obviously, they need some mental health fucking timeouts? I mean, anybody that, you know what's so strange about this stuff though, is everything she complains about in this, she's done to people. And she's had to lie about the timeline in which she did it in order to make herself look like the victim in it. I mean, the admissions in it. What I take from this, again, her telling you that she took all of that ho-dunk hillbilly stuff and passed it around, what that tells you is that they have communication. She's admitting to the communications behind the scenes. She's admitting to communications about Jeremy Hales. And she's admitting that after she was recruited by Lynette Preston, who did this openly, by the way. If you missed that, again, there are on the video that she likes to say, isn't revenge corn. That video, you have Lynette Preston openly violating. Give me a second, I'll show you that again. Because she's openly violating a protective order. People in the ecosystem would have a problem with that kind of stuff. You know, we're talking about, again, open recruitment of a felon. On top of a felon loves this post while they're talking about it. They would have a real problem with this if it was a Jeremy Hale scenario. But they don't have a problem with it if it's Lynette Preston. Some of them do. Actually, there's been people that I've, again, talked to that have been, this is way too far. This is insane. But yeah, her... Now, this is off the video. I can't show you the screen cap above it just because the screen cap is so... it's something. But you can see, again, Lynette Preston. You have Ray talking here too. But you see this is from the channel owner. This is Paint Chips liking it. This is addressed, though. They're addressing it to Volpe, to him, and to Legally Leslie. Thank you for looking at this case and telling the truth either way. We greatly appreciate having our side told. You're not supposed to be talking about this stuff. You're not supposed to be talking about Hales. You're not supposed to be soliciting people, especially on a video. This isn't a video that's some neutral discussion about Jeremy Hales. This is that video that has been taken down multiple times now. In fact, this video was taken down. This right here, this one was taken down. I mean, really process that. Oh man, crazy stuff, man. But people would have a problem, like I said, if Hales went out and recruited a felon, recruited this army of weirdos. But let's see, let's super chats. So we got a PayPal here from, let me see. 1 second. It's $10. Thank you for that. By the way, it doesn't have a, it's from free is free. That's with a name attached to it. Thank you for that. I do appreciate it. That's awesome. Kicking it off too. Thank you there. Let's see. 1 minute. Jennifer, thank you for the month there too. Great team. Kiddos are awesome. Prayers for good health. Thank you. Thanks for all the hard work. These streams help more than you know, or y'all know. Well, appreciate you too. I enjoy the streams myself. I enjoy them just to have streams, you know. But while we're talking about something, I want to talk about a case that I do think matters. You know, it's a big deal when you find something that matters. And I think the stuff Jeremy Hale's been through is insanity. Max Lab dropped that super chat there. Appreciate that. Doesn't allow a statement then, but it is a statement, man. Thank you. And I appreciate you too, Max Lab. You know, always pointing out some craziness. Appreciate it, man. Fallen Hero, thank you for that gifted membership there. Thank you, Fallen Hero, all the time here. Appreciate you more than I can say. Thank you. I have my favorites. I noted the package before. I read this to the kiddo, by the way, when she was down here. She's very excited about that. So that's awesome. Thank you. Andrea, thanks for the 10 there. Wishing you a happy Father's Day. Yeah, it's first of all appreciated. It will be tomorrow. I will live stream some on Father's Day there, you know, but I want to go over. I really do want to go over that live stream that Hale's had, where he talks about what happened in the court. I'm thinking about doing that. I think we might kick off a live stream. Either it'll be at 4. I might even go an hour earlier. Just give me enough time to go through an entire live stream, you know, and then lead into that. So we'll see there. But I will live stream tomorrow. And thank you very much. I appreciate that. You know, one of the things I do, I don't want to just say pride myself on, but I feel good about as being a father. You know, out of anything in life, I feel very good about that. And I feel very blessed. I have 2 very wonderful kids, and I'm thankful for it. The Floofy, by the way, thank you for the 2 there. The Overlord, say hi to the Bug and Dog. Thank you. I told them that. I appreciate it. Scotland, thanks for the 10 there. Hey, Tuck, hope you got the strength back today. It's just song and X and money for Innsbury for Bug and Lug. Well, thank you for that. I'll have to check out the song, by the way, too. I will definitely check that out. I appreciate it as well. You know, just all the well wishes. All of that's been very good. I don't know if I'm adjusting better or what it is. I still have the gaps when I'm speaking a little bit more than I should, you know, but I'm not as, for a minute there, man, I was having some, I don't know, just having some problems, like memory problems, confusion, it felt like. I was like, oh my God, this is getting really bad, you know, and, but it feels a little bit better. I think you hear it better. It's formulating up, but hopefully with some changes, everything will be good. And yeah, I've been doing better. You can hear me. I'm still having a little bit of slowness. You can probably tell when I'm pulling up exhibits to showcase. It's taking me a hot minute to showcase everything, to switch between documents, but it's getting there. So thank you. Wendy Bono, thanks for the fun there. Hey, Tug, Lug, and Bug. Well, hey there yourself. And thank you, Wendy. Appreciate you very much. Denise, thanks for the 50 there for Lug and Bug. Love you girls. Man, I'll have to tell them about that. They will be excited, by the way. They're looking forward to tomorrow. They created something. I'm not sure. Actually, the oldest created she was calling it her own stuffed animal. She created materials that she had found. You know, you heard her talking about old T-shirt and this and that, and made her. It was a fly. I thought it was pretty cool, though. You'll have to take a picture of it. It's cute. But thank you, Peggy. Thanks for the 10 there. Happy Father's Day tomorrow. Indeed. Thank you for that too, Peggy. I appreciate that very much. Northcast, thanks for the 5 there. I think it's funny that they think registering a domain name with privacy means no one can find out. Yes, indeed. That's what they think. You know, and what was really funny about it too, when they registered that domain, see, Lips is so overboard that she didn't just register one thing at the time. She stacked up plenty of them. So you had all of this information that came together that showcased that we knew that she did it at first. At the very beginning, people thought, is that paint chips? But it soon became very obvious that it was her. I mean, you could tell, you could sit down and you could say pretty definitively, yes, this is her. Then that Talentville website came up. And once the Talentville website, it ended up dropping into the public. That was all the proof anybody needed. I mean, that was beyond a doubt. But even before that, you had enough proof. You could make the case to have any anonymity with that stripped away anyway. So even before the fact. But then, yeah, Mama, thanks for the 2 there. She had 29 subs. 9 guys currently on her line. So that's her new sock account. Yeah. She's created a new account with the same name after. Are you bannovating, by the way, Leslie? Isn't that what you're doing right this moment? Didn't you get struck? I keep thinking you did. If you're bannovating on a new channel, oh man, people are going to report. You notice that she's been stripping away her thumbnails. That's because they're harassment. Well, what that means is that she knows that they're a problem. So if the thumbnails are that, when people start flagging your videos for your AI constructs, making fun of Hales and more, they'll take your channel down for it. Maybe they should. I mean, these people false flag the shit out of stuff. Okay. You know, they've done everything out there. I am tired of, they want you to stick to a set of guidelines and principles that they themselves, they don't have any lines. If they want to set a rule or a guideline, say, like, again, they want to go after people's families. They want to be able to take down channels, destroy businesses, threaten people, and more. And they want you to just sit there and fucking eat shit for it. No, man. Now, again, legally, anything that I can do legally, do. I do not believe in engaging as in going after people's kids or anything, but they do. They do. But I believe in interviewing their victims, digging up every piece of dirt, bringing in professionals if I need to, whatever. Because, I mean, really, they're used to people taking it and being able to bully and set the rules. And you see that especially with Paint Chips and Darth Touch. You see them set that stage where you can tell that's what they do. And they thought they could be like, some big swinging, jagoffs that could just walk in and take over. They could force people away. No, man. Not work like that. But they've made plenty of threats. They've made it very clear who they are and what they represent. I'll be damned if they get to dictate how things play. That's crazy. Now, like I said, legally, there are legal lines, but this kind of stuff trying to take down channels and more, no, man. They have to. They've been trying. Mass flagging and stuff. Oh, yeah. They've been trying. Right. Thanks for the 5. If you're spending Father's Day with your girls, have a wonderful time. Buy some candy, some ice creams. I will definitely be spending part of it with them. I mean, again, we'll be doing some stuff together, and they'll hang out. And I'll probably do an earlier live stream. That way we can hang out that night and do some stuff. I get to, one of the things with all of this that is beautiful is I get to be around them all the time. I don't just have to give them a little bit of time on the weekends, you know, because I'm working 9 hours a day, which is great. Like, it's something in my life I have never experienced before. You know, with YouTube for years, I worked a day job on top of doing anything with YouTube, and it was exhaustive. But now I don't think I could do that, to be honest. But I get to spend all that time, so it's good. But yeah, I'll be definitely hanging out and doing some stuff with them. And thank you for that too. Becky, thanks for the 2. I love how these morons just don't stop effing around and finding out. I know. You'd think they'd learn a lesson, right? But they don't. Patricia, thanks for the 10. Do you think BBB being added as a witness, that he will start claiming witness intimidation? Yeah, of course. Of course. You notice what's amazing, though, look at all the stuff that he's pointed down to Shara. So for him to claim anything, fuck him. No, I mean, just honestly. Bob, thanks for the vibe. After watching last night's handwriting comparisons, a quick question came to mind. Do you think Lynette may truly have multiple personalities? Honestly, no, I do not. I believe that in the real world, I believe that you have people that have a reason for having 37 aliases or whatever, you know? They have a reason for having an obscured past. Now, what is that reason? You fill in the blanks, but it's usually not a mental. Like, you can diagnose anyone. Unfortunately, for a lot of people, mental health diagnoses are just to get out of blame, to get out of the proverbial jail-free cards. Maybe get out of real jail, but definitely get out of the proverbial jail-free card. You know, any blame, any responsibility for actions, they get to dodge it. See a lot of that these days. Emma, thanks for the 2 there. There's so much stupid. It hurts my brain. I know. Me too. Me too. Hazel, thanks for the 5 there. Her stuff is such a mess because her brain doesn't know what the left hand is doing. Downfall of multiple personalities. I think that we're looking at somebody that just impulsive behavior for decision making. And again, you know, not to take anything around with it, I think personally, this person is never, it's like a lot of these lawyers you'll run into. They've never had somebody stand up and say no. Because typically, when they throw around their way, when they throw around the idea of lawfare, costing money and more, most people back down. They're like, oh, I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with this crazy person forever. But there are some fights that you have to take on. You know, so I think that's what you run into as well. They don't know how to handle it when people stand up for themselves because they've never experienced it. I'm talking about an entire life of it. If you look at what this person, like this particular person, is talking about from early on all the way through professional life and more, what you notice is one thing they should have been told, but never. No, or no more. It's fascinating to me. Philip, thanks for the super chat there. A loud statement. It is a statement. Thank you, bud. Appreciate you. Bob, thanks for the 5 there. It was debuted a yellow cat Muppet on his members only today that needs a place on the theater. Yeah, I keep saying that the person that has the original Muppet picture, that's not me, by the way. I didn't make it. So that person, they need to do an open call for people to be able to place them. That way everybody can have one. I think that would be a lot of fun. But yeah, Travis, I think should have one too in there for sure. AKA the cat lady. Thanks for 5. Asked about, we covered the YouTube discussion there. And thank you for asking that, by the way. There, thanks for the 14 months. A few days have been tough. The first Father's Day without my dad. He passed 7/20/2024. Well, or 7 rather, 2024. I'm sorry to hear that, my friend. And you know, when you're doing that again, remember, mourning is fun. It's okay. That's a normal process. You just remember there's a reason for it. And the reason there is because you love somebody. You cared about them. So yeah, time. It's tough then. I'm not saying it's easier, but you remember with time. You remember things that happened in the past too. You get a little bit farther away from that one spot. Got a raider here. What's up, girl?
What's up?
What you doing?
Watching TV.
Watch TV. You don't look like you're watching TV. You look like you're standing right here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you being a good girl.
Yeah. Mom's home.
Well, why don't you go get you? Are you going to church tomorrow?
Yeah.
All right. Well, you need to go get situated. Go pick out some clothes too. Okay.
Teacher chose up shirt, and I chose the pants tonight.
Well, go pick out your clothes and get them situated. That way you can get ready.
The white shirt I have.
Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
I wear that to church.
Okay, well, go pick out some pants or whatever you're gonna wear with it.
I go with pants.
Okay. Hey, check this out. By the way, you got hearts. Look at the little faces with heart eyes.
Yeah,
That's from Vanessa. Yeah. What is that? What's that number?
5.
That's $5. Can you say? She says, "Oh, look at you." She said, "Hey." You say hey to Vanessa?
Hey.
That's cool, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought that was awesome. All right. Well, why don't you go upstairs, kiddo? Love you.
Have a good day.
You have a good day, too.
Have a good night.
Well, yeah, it's nighttime, I guess, right?
Good night.
Good night. Love you. Go upstairs.
I love you too.
All right, go upstairs, kiddo. All right.
Have a good dream.
Yeah, I'll have a good dream for sure.
The 4th day tomorrow.
Yeah, it's Father's Day tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, you looking forward to tomorrow? You can get you made my stuff for tomorrow?
I'll make it tomorrow.
Oh, I see. All right, well, hey, go upstairs. Love you. Love you too. Try to Ball Python King. What's up? Thanks for the gifted membership there. Appreciate you too, my friend. Thank you, brother. Lady Lindo. Thanks for the 30 there. Appreciate that. Hey, Crass for the kid and pain relief for you. T for GG. Indeed. And thank you for that. That is awesome of you, by the way. And Linda. Yeah, the kids, they love crafts. They have so much fun with everything. Bonnie, thanks for the 5. She has, quote, 7, quote unquote, clients. Educate legal issues. She has no license to do so. Yeah, indeed. How does that work, by the way? How can you claim that you're practicing law? You know, you're doing it under another person's law license. She was like, well, I'm doing that, as help. That's not what you said. I mean, you actually said something. You said you were practicing under your husband's. Let's pull that up, actually. I think that's important, too. Check this out. This was her clip there. She said, I know the truth. She has her sworn affidavit. I practice under my husband's law license behind the scenes, which I'm allowed to do. She also says, it's irrelevant to the work I do now, and the clients love me. You have clients and you're practicing law with someone else's license. Huh. Fascinating. Huh. Fascinating, isn't it? That was the defense against a call out. Janice, thanks for the 10 there. Lips, the plastic Barbie, says, just because she's not a practicing attorney, the legal knowledge is still in her brain. Yes, I was laughing while I typed this. Oh my gosh. Fun times. Christopher. I mean, you look at the filings. Again, her excuse for them being so bad is she doesn't want you to see her coming. Well, you see her coming because she's so fucking ridiculous. Christopher, thank you for the super chat there. No statement, plenty of statement. Appreciate you, my friend. Just J Hip. Thanks for the 5. Lickman is completely unhinged. Just sent me the most disturbing email today. Getting kicked off X. Seems to send him off. That's interesting. You should forward that over. I want to see what it is. I won't ruin it if you're going to read it or whatever, but I do want to see the email. I mean, It's something else. Yeah, by the way, so lips too, just to be clear, here's just a few names. Lips. There would be Legally Lips, aka Leslie F, aka Leslie Ann, aka Leslie Bowers, aka George Brown, aka Hodunk Hillbilly, aka Boy Exterminator, aka Tasha Williams, aka E.G. Alexander, aka, again, this goes on. I'm going to stop the AKAs, but I'll just read you them, okay? Legally Leslie, Hot Lips, Ashley Page, Talk Pageant Magazine, Crazy Mom Dancer, 0512, George F7, Family Law Pros, Prism TV and Magazine, Talentville, Film Freeway, Paula Brown, Alexis Alexander, Douglas Smith. There's also, there's another one too. There's one missing out of that. Give me a second. Let me make sure they caught all of these. Yeah, there's also Satire Society that's not in there. That's another one. Let's see. There is, yeah, Tasha Williams is in there. There's a bunch of them, but those are some of the aliases. Not to mention, you know, the free legal tips ones, which there's a lot. There's a whole list. Somebody put together a list, and it is something else. It is. It's off the chain, just to be honest. Some of this stuff is nuts. But yeah, I want to see that letter too. Travis thinks so too. These people are sick, mentally effed up crazy. Yes, they are. It's beyond the pale, isn't it? Jack's mom, thanks for the 2. Shizzy is actual in-house counsel. Lips is nuts. Indeed. You know, he, even if he didn't have any communication with anyone related to law, I think a person that had no experience with law whatsoever would be smarter than most of these ecosystem twits. And that says something, honestly. Vanessa, thanks for fun. Oh, bug. Wishes all a good dream, please. Yeah, indeed. She loves that. That's one of the things she loves to tell people. Have a good dream. Have a good day. Have a good dream. Baba Bear, thanks for the 5. I have a big dinner plate. Yellow roses blooming right now. Oh, she'd love that. Yeah, that's her favorite color. She definitely would. And thank you. Take your dad for us. Thank you. I'll tell her about that too. She'd love that idea. Colleen, thanks for the 5. Happy Father's Day. Well, thank you, Colleen. That is awesome of you. Much appreciated. Janice, thanks for the 10. The fleas are ignoring the Lips channel. Is suspended for a while. They're saying it's technical issues. I think her main account. Yeah, on Shizzy Live, her alt accounts were having conversations. It's funny. I need screenshots of all that. Yeah, I know that her stuff because I saw some of the strikes. She did get her channel struck. I can't tell them. I tell these people they're going to get struck for this bullshit. Yeah, the stuff they were putting up. They definitely get hit for it. They ignored it. Yeah, whatever. You know. Yeah, she got hit on a few videos actually. Let me see. Give me a minute here. I believe. 1 second. Let me tell you. I believe that she got hit for, first of all, her, her original for Jeremy Health and the Hodunk Hillbillies, the Tiny Tyrant that got hit. She got the Legally Doomed YouTuber. Jeremy Hill's mocked on Legally Leslie. That thing apparently got hit. I don't know who that was or what that was. The evidence Jeremy Hill's is a lie and mastermind behind online harassment. I believe that one got hit too. So there have been a few hits that have happened with her channels. It's at least what I've seen in screenshots. So maybe not. Dropped 10 giftos, by the way. Thank you, maybe not. For real. I love your name, by the way. Always. I love that. It's creative the way it comes together. I love it. Tracy, Thanks for the 5 gifted memberships too. So you two together right back to back. That's 15 that got dropped on people. Thank you for that. That's awesome. I love gifted memberships. So thank you for those. Mama Bear, thanks for the 5. International mega fans can't be sued apparently. Does that mean we get paid by JH? Isn't MLM business the most? Kidding. Yeah. Well, again, it would be very hard to come after you international folks. You know, be very difficult for them. But again, they even to go after people and to serve them and to attack them, they want to intimidate an army of folks. They've been threatening for a while, though, to sue just random people on Facebook. You can tell, it tells you how small their scope of seeing things is too, you know, because if you're threatening to sue people on Facebook, I mean, that's just nuts. Max Lab, thanks for the 2. Tug, the safe harbor time frame. Lips is over. It's over. Good. She needs to pay again. She thinks that she's going to be able, her lawsuit is garbage. And Jeremy Hale is wanting to go after that, I'm sure. I'm sure. He's itching for that fight. Do you notice, though, she doesn't serve anybody? She wanted to whine that, again, she alleges that e-service has been removed. But when did she serve people? Again, she sued her own family into silence. She says that's talking about her private issues, by the way. That's lawsuits. So sorry about your luck there. Jack's mom, thanks for the 5 there. Happy Father's Day tomorrow to the dads and the people who step up as dads. Indeed. Indeed. All of you out there, much love to you. You know, that's the thing. You know, it's just like Father or Mother's Day. So many people get mad about statements like that too, and I don't get it. You know, I don't get it at all. Art the Clown, thanks for the 5. Happy Father's Day. Yeah, I want my cake. Oh, you want your cake. Art the Clown, by the way. I love it. That's awesome. Pickle Tink, thanks for the 8 months there. Happy Father's Day, Tug. Glad you're feeling a little more human again. Yes, indeed. I'm getting there. Thank you. I'm glad I didn't feel as wonky as you after my heart cast. Mine was fairly easy. Mine wasn't bad now when I'm saying that. I was having trouble going in, you know, that was my problem. So the issues I was already having were just gotten to a ridiculous level. And with that, yeah, you know, it's like, come on, please. Katie Rose, thanks for the 5 there. Happy Father's Day, Tug. Thanks for my Muppet Granny. Hey, you are welcome. I love it, by the way. It came out really good. I love it. I love seeing like the reality, you know, people will send and ask for a Muppet and, you know, you see how close we can get it to the real person. And some of them come out really good. If they're not the greatest, again, that's a chat thing, but I tried with them and I thought everyone came out pretty damn good, to be honest. You know, if you run them through Grok now, they look terrible. Never run your Muppet through Grok, just to say. She'll make. Thanks for the 31 months. Wishing you a blessed Father's Day. Well, thank you. That is very awesome of you. Thank you. Vanessa, also, thanks for the 5 there. Bug, indeed. Thank you for that. And Emma, thanks for the 2. Can her husband get in trouble for her quote-unquote help? Depending. I mean, again, his name is all over these lawsuits. And it's fascinating because the way she files, it makes me wonder, well, what exactly is going on with this stuff? You know, because I mean, he could definitely be on the hook, depending. But yeah, she puts his name all over stuff. She puts his name on, you know, on mailings and everything else. Like where she wrote the bar. You know, getting into the going after Randy Shockett. You know, she included his picture and his name. So you talking about somebody that's going after an officer of the court as an officer of the court, and for herself, didn't you have problems with that? You would think that would be a lesson learned. I digress, though. I don't know what I'm talking about, right? So nuts. Thank you for the S2. And Emma, thanks for the 2 there. Can your husband? Oh, yeah, I got that one. Yeah. Yes, it is indeed. I mean, I think that's crazy. All right. I'm going to redirect today to Flashcast. Again, as I note, don't go there if you're going to get offended by whatever comes up on the day. But let me see. It is Saturday. Give me 1 minute. But it can be a fun day for sure. Let me see. I'm setting up the redirect. What in the world? There we go. All right. We can get the redirect set up. Sometimes a redirect is very weird. But yeah, if you want to go have fun, goof off on the night, go over to Flashcast, have a little bit of fun times. I'm going to check around and see what's going on in here, and I may go over there for about an hour. Goof off, see what's happening on the day. So 1 minute. He's still in intro though. So anyway, I'm going to end here. I appreciate you. Wait, actually, let me check one thing. Let me make sure I didn't miss anybody. Okay. I don't see anybody else. If I miss you for some reason, I apologize, but I don't think I missed anybody. All right. But I appreciate you folks, and I will catch you. See ya.